Yeah, I've got the fire extinguisher. All right, mate, speak to you. Cheers for that. Bye, bye, bye. Hey, that...
The cylinder.
What's that?
Touch the cylinder, it'll stop it from chiming.
It's gone.
That's it, right.
Was that it?
It was the cylinder ringing with the pressure.
Holy moly. I thought the world had ended.
I'm Henry Cole.
Let's just take things one at a time.
And along with fellow fanatic Fuzz Townsend,
Quick, have a look in there.
we're back on the hunt for vintage treasures
Oh, cool, blimey.
in the nation's sheds. We're going to buy them, fix them up, and sell them for a tidy profit. Yes! Welcome to Shed and Buried.
We've got a long drive ahead of us.
I know, all the way to Suffolk.
Yes, to see a bloke called Norman, right?
Okay, so what's Norman's speciality?
He's got tractors,
Yeah,
cars,
yeah,
and the odd cycle.
fantastic. Any other sort of automobilia?
Yeah, he's got trinkets that he wants to get rid of.
Downsizing?
Maybe, I
Making
don't
more
know.
space?
Yeah, good lad. Perhaps we all should do that. But at the same time, old stuff in sheds brings back old feelings of joy. It's like history, you know? It's part of you.
Whether we return with a van full of joy or a van full of junk, who knows? But Suffolk, here we come.
Hey, well, Norman, so tell me, mate. Okay, so look, there are sheds around. Hopefully they're full of loveliness.
They certainly are. They're
Are they?
a lifetime's collection of junk. Tractors,
Oh,
Yeah.
bikes,
Bikes?
a film car.
A film,
Film
car?
car?
Great. And you've been collecting all your life?
Pretty much, I'm a complete petrol head.
Is everything for sale?
Everything's for sale.
Everything?
Everything.
Now
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
we're going to
Canoe
go in there, have a look about, have a little rummage. We might call you in, Norman, for a few things, just to get some background history and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But basically, hopefully at the end, we can have a little haggle.
No problem at all.
All right, mate. Happy
Fabulous.
days. Where should we
I
start
don't
then?
know, where do you think?
I don't know, not in the chicken house.
A new concept in responsive motoring from Mercedes-Benz.
The 190 was Mercedes' first compact saloon, the result of 8 years of research and £600 million of development. Almost 2 million were sold, but 40 years on, few have survived this well.
A car in this condition, unmolested, untouched, is now sort of fitting the zeitgeist, which is to have cars that are not necessarily exceptional to look at.
Would that fit sort of my profile as well?
I wouldn't say that.
So worth a ponder, but there's got to be something more exciting.
Shall we crack on? Because I don't think this is where Norman stashes his vehicles. Over there. Shall we?
Okay, yeah, come on then.
Mate.
Now we got it.
Okay, these are the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, mate, so look, let's just take things one at a time, shall
Okay,
we?
now
All right?
what's old and grey and people really, really love it?
I don't know, what is old and grey and people really, really
a
love
Fergie.
it?
It's not you, it's a Fergie. Look at this. This is great.
The TE20, to give it its official name, was the first mass-produced small tractor, a petrol-powered workhorse that made cart horses tremble. Thousands survive, but like the Merc, this one is in exceptional condition.
I think it's been restored.
I think so.
Don't you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive that you're correct there. I think that this is a lovely little grey
It's
Fergie.
a great, lovely little Fergie. And I'll tell you something else about a classic tractor, especially two-wheel drive like this, if you're thinking of buying one. The tyres are the expensive thing, and these have got new ones.
Oh, yeah.
For something a little rarer, he's got a Morris 8 saloon from the late 1930s.
Hey, look, man, I love it. It's that beautiful maroon
Yeah.
with the black wings
Yeah.
and then the beautiful red leather interior.
Problem is with these, they're slow, they're ponderous, and people don't really get them anymore.
It depresses me hearing that from you because I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
And they fuffle along at 30, 35.
That's right.
And I know that probably isn't keeping up with modern day traffic. But then again, you know, the politicians now have 20 miles an hour through villages. So consequently,
Exactly.
we're well sorted, aren't we?
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a racing car.
And if you want to check the state of your vintage Morris, Norman's got a pair of Dunlop wheel tracking gauges. a seal-fast tyre repair cabinet, and best of all, a diagnostics and tuning machine straight out of the space age.
Really, you need a white coat on with this. This was how you tuned your car and found out the trim of your car.
So this came up sort of green and there's sort of wavy lines.
That's
and
all that kind of
like
thing,
a sort
yeah.
of heart monitor.
That was the sales pitch there. So if people saw that, they would go, oh, I'd like my car to be tuned using that lovely space age machine.
We didn't come here though just for Norman's cars and automobilia. Nestled in the corner, there's something interesting. A 1980s speedway bike.
I think that'd be a 500 or something like that. Could be a 350 single.
Yes, Jawa engine, so I mean that's kind of trad, isn't it?
And I think it's lovely as a decorative item.
Yes.
But we could, I wonder if Norman, Norman, hey, come on in, mate. The first question, why is that there then?
I'm very into Speedway, always have been. I fancied that bike because it's a very early Jawa 500 laydown.
Okay,
Could you ride it, Norman?
I could do, but not very well. I doubt I'd stay on it.
that's great. No, I love it. I think
very
that's a
cool.
lovely piece of art.
Now look, while you're here, the elephant in the room is just this thing. Let's have a little chat about this.
This appears to be a 1920s two-door Packard Sportster, but appearances can be deceptive.
Ah, now, there we go. That's where
What?
you get the story, because that there is a Jaguar XK engine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, come on then. All right, start from the top. It's got a Jag XK engine in a Packard.
The car was built for film use. It was built for the film Sahara.
All right.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the film dictated the car had to be a four-wheel drive. This car was built by the same chap who built Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, right.
Right, who was in it?
Brooke Shields is the notable
There
star.
we are.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, that is an incredible piece of history.
It appears to have been road taxed.
I've driven it on
Yeah.
the road, but it
you?
really isn't fun.
Why?
It's got no power steering,
No.
no power brakes.
Right.
Oh, right.
It's great in a straight line. It's like
Yeah.
a train. But round corners, stopping it is a whole new ball game.
So we'll keep a wide berth of the Packard. But there's so much else. We really are spoiled for choice.
The options are, right, we've got a grey Fergie,
Yeah.
a Morris 8.
Yeah, no, that's a nice little car. I think they are massively undervalued.
Yeah.
Talking cars, though, there was the Merc in the other garage, wasn't there?
And there's also the Jaguar sign. I'd just love to see Milliard on that.
You mean on the...
On the Speedway bike.
Yeah, I think he'd love that as well.
Also, I do love the white cabinet and the Krypton Factor. You kind of want to see if it works.
And also those Dunlop tracking gauges as well. I think
Oh,
they're
I've
lovely.
forgotten about those, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Hopefully he might throw them in for you. Should we go and see him?
Yeah, come on.
All right, come on then. So look, where should we start? Hey, that Krypton machine then. How much is that?
100 quid.
And does it work?
I don't know. I've never plugged it in.
There was the Dunlop tracking gauges.
£25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then next to it then, there's the tyre prep bench.
I need 100 for that. I
Okie
paid that
dokie,
for it.
2,000.
Yeah.
Over there in that shed, firstly, the 190 Merc.
It runs. It's got a year's MOT. Done 33,000 miles. But
Wow.
I need £5,000 for it.
5 for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes here, shall we?
Right, okay, a little Morris 8.
To see the back of it, £3,000.
Okay.
You have a Speedway bike. How much is that?
1,500.
Okay, right. What happens if we went for the Speedway bike, the Seal Fast tyre table thing,
Yeah.
his track rod, whatever it is, measuring Dunlop thingies, the Krypton Factor, the whole lot, 1650.
We're up in Suffolk with Norman, haggling over a Speedway bike and some vintage ephemera.
1725 is what you're asking,
Yeah.
and I'm offering 1650.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a bid to buy.
yeah.
Yeah, you've got those.
Fabulous.
Norman, I love a deal like that.
Next day, back at the shed,
Now I reckon me and the fuzzer have excelled.
I show off the goods. Unsurprisingly, Speed Freak Alan heads straight to the bike.
Are you going to try and ride it?
Most certainly. 50 horsepower, just throw it sideways in the corner, opposite lock.
50 horsepower, it's 500cc that,
Yeah.
methanol burning
50
single.
50 horsepower. Probably weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah. So that's a hospital Oyster card.
Very good for wheelies. One thing that's quite cool about a Speedway bike,
What?
no brakes.
The other thing that takes Evel Knievel's eye is our Krypton motoscope.
There is a plug on it, and we think it might spark up.
Should get a little green dot going like this.
Yeah, it'd be great. I love it. I think we leave it until Fuzz turns up, but meantime, we'll get on with the bike and clean that off.
Yeah.
Next day, the restoration begins. The cover protects the engine from all the mud and grit.
There we go, we're undressing her.
Yeah, I'm out of practice, mate.
Yeah, I know you are. Okay, we'll put those there. Now then, it does look naked, but I tell you what, I mean, that little jacket has kept it nice, hasn't it? All right, so what are we going to do? See if we've got a spark?
Pull the plug out and spin it over on the roller and see if it's got a spark.
Okay, so I'll get the roller in place, shall I?
Yeah.
And most importantly, you check the safety device works. If I become detached from the motorcycle, it doesn't carry on forever and never stop.
To save weight, Speedway bikes don't have a kickstart. You give them a push or put them on a roller starter.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, got a spark. Yes! We've got a good spark.
Oh, nice.
Next, a full engine test. Our bike runs on high-octane methanol, rocket fuel compared to petrol.
I'm really quite scared that this is going to go.
Skid inflates the rear tyre, and I grab a fire extinguisher just in case. But before we try, Alan spots a stowaway.
There's a snail without a shell.
What, where?
Move over, David Attenborough.
Look,
Oh, I'm going to be sick. Get away.
I wonder whether I can find a Michelle. I think I've got an idea. Hang on. I'll be back in a second.
I thought it was in a shell and it was... Ugh. No.
Look, he's moving around. Look.
No, it's making me feel sick.
No, I've got a Michelle.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, it does. Look. There he is, look.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just it. Yeah, just
Don't- ugh.
Look.
Please get that out of here.
Well,
That's
I've
where
given him a chance anyway.
perfect restoration.
Good luck, son. Best of luck in this world.
That's a Henry Cole restoration, that is.
After my good deed for the day, we return to the bike.
Right, you ready?
Right, here we go. This is
it. This is the big one. Go. Oh my lord!
It runs!
That's amazing! Jesus, just get carried away.
And the safety cutoff works too.
That's fantastic.
I'll tell you something.
Smell it. The smell.
Oh, I want some aftershave like that.
Sounded good, didn't it?
Okay, so look, we have a runner.
Look at the pile of rubber in the
Oh
ground.
my God, look at that.
Oh my God, that's how powerful it is. But let's wait for Fuzz for the excitement of you riding it, okay?
Okay.
And also, it'll give me time to just cut a track. Yeah? Shall we move on with the cabinets then?
Good idea.
Okay.
As ever, we start with a clean-a-thon.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do first is I'm going to wash the Dynavision so we can actually see through it.
I take a sponge to the front,
Look, don't get water on the electrics.
No.
and before long, we're all at it.
Look at that, looks beautiful now.
If this is a new machine, it'd have a warning, do not get wet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What?
Do not keep well away from water
And children.
and Henry Cole.
Yeah.
That's what it would say. I don't wipe that out. It's a book.
The tyre cabinet is more straightforward. There are no electronics or moving parts to avoid, and straight away, there's a big improvement.
Do you know, but soap water can actually double something's value. It can, honestly. If it's caked in dust and you clean it off, yeah, it's happy days all round. Look at that, it's beautiful.
I'm still hoping to get the motoscope going when Fuzz turns up tomorrow, so leaving it to dry, I head out to my paddock to cut a speedway track. I ain't got the space for a classic 300-metre track, but for a test it'll be perfect. The scarecrow in the middle is non-standard. Next day, we bring round my Series 3 Landy and see if Fuzz has got the Krypton factor.
I've plugged it in.
Yes.
The mains are on.
And it hasn't blown up yet.
No.
Look, if it works, or just it actually creates a beep like that, like a heart monitor, I'm happy.
I think we've got it wired up correctly.
All right.
But we'll have to wait and see.
I was going to say, if this works, I'll eat my hat. And now Fuzz is actually here, I'm getting nervous that it might work.
We'll have to wait.
First test, the timing.
You're going to start it up. Start it up.
I can't see.
Don't touch it. He's the
Okay,
man.
so timing in advance. Let's just see if we've got anything.
Oh my God! Look at that! It's like Star Trek.
But what does it mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I thought you'd use these,
Hang on a
Fuzz.
second.
I used one once in 1981 when I was 16 years old.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, right,
Rev
let's
the
see if we
engine.
get any difference.
No, it makes no difference at all.
No.
Turn the engine off and see if it's the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It doesn't matter whether the engine's on
It's
or
running
off.
perfectly, sir.
But it looks good. Do you know what I mean? Speedway, anyone?
So the moment has finally come. The track's prepared, the bike's fueled up, and we've even got a special guest, Tony from Hagen's, the company who years ago sponsored the bike.
Is this still a usable bike or is it a museum piece?
No, it's still usable. I mean, obviously it's got
We
a few
might be able to
scars of
sell it.
competition.
Yeah, we might be able to sell it then.
It would be ideal stepping stone for going up to the for some of the
Oh, right,
youngsters.
okay. I'm glad it's still usable.
There's a
because-
reason why he's here, apart from giving us the info.
Oh, I thought he was here as a kind of teacher for Alan.
He is a teacher, but he's also a potential buyer.
Oh, okay.
Let's hope he's impressed.
Now, Alan,
Yes.
how many times have you ridden a speedway bike?
Never.
Okie dokie.
That's a good start.
The good start is you've got no bad habits.
I give the track a final once-over with a heavy roller. Unlike tractors, speedway bikes don't have brakes or gears, but riders do have one extra special bit of equipment.
Speedway boots are quite unique, you know. Like, as
Oh my God! Look at that!
I just thought the flames would be quite
Oh my
befitting.
God! Look at that!
Yeah.
Oh, Alan!
You've got the foot you've got on the left. The left boot is actually completely smooth under here, which is a hard wearing metal. The right boot has actually got a heel where
grip in the
you can
footrest.
help on the old footrest.
Right, go on then, get the boots on. Let's just do it.
So here we go. Age 62, Alan Milliard makes his speedway debut.
Go!
It's about this point the eyes start getting a bit wider because he realises he's got no brakes.
He's not, I don't think he's going to get that, is he?
Because the bikes are so stripped down, the power-to-weight ratio is phenomenal, offering as much acceleration as a Formula One car.
He's already getting... This is where it goes wrong. You get confident.
Just a couple, he's going, oh dear, what's happened?
Got a wet leg. That is 100 times harder than you ever believe.
Oh, and mate, I can believe it.
The fuel tank's been leaking methanol, but after a quick repair, it's sorted, and Alan's off again.
My God, good old Al, I can't believe it, man.
After 5 minutes, he looks like a natural, roaring down the track and drifting the rear wheel like a semi-pro.
How does it feel going into the first corner with no brakes?
It's proper weird.
How did he do, Tony?
First time out, really good. Different set of muscles and technique you use on these bikes than any other bike you care to ride.
Time to move in for the kill.
Now, Tony, would you be too groundy?
No, not for £2 grand.
Saw your hand twitching there.
Yeah, I don't know, 15.
He's lowballed you.
Yeah. But look, I mean, it's been owned by Henry Cole, ridden by the great Alan Milliard. It's a pucker bike, isn't it?
To be fair, 1750, and I'll pass it straight on to a junior.
Yeah, God, it's going to go to a junior that's going to learn on it. That's perfect.
1750. Tone, thank you so very much. And I have to tell you, mate, thank you so much for your tuition, your insight, and in a minute, your bidet. Now that is a right result.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have made 100 quid on the Speedway bike.
Right. So that means that all of this is gravy.
So that's got to be 500 quid. Surely's worth the gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we've got enough money to have a little mini break.
Yeah?
You and I could go camping.
Really? I'd love that.
Sarcasm will get you nowhere.
Right, come on, through this way. Watch your step.
Look at everything here. Now, go on then. Can you get through?
Bike frames.
Front wheels. Hang on, there's bike parts everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is something about to come rolling down through here and crush
a big
us?
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a gearbox.
I'm Henry Cole,
Oh, I say, now then.
and along with fellow fanatics Fuzz Townsend
Look at this.
and top restorers Alan Milliard and Guy Willison, we're on the hunt for vintage treasures in the nation's sheds. We're going to buy them, fix them up, and sell them for a tidy profit.
Go on, son.
Welcome to Shed and Buried.
Right, Fuzzer, today we're on a bit of a mission. We're going to Newark. Sue and her daughter Rebecca
Yeah.
have got a load of sheds. Sue's dear husband Chris, right,
Yeah.
is now in a home, right?
Okay.
And they want a hand
Yeah.
getting rid of stuff.
Okay.
He was a mechanic,
Yeah.
right? He had quite a fancy for automatic gearboxes.
I do like an automatic gearbox,
I know you
actually.
do.
Yeah.
But most especially, he also had a fancy for
Yeah.
some classic British motorcycles.
Fantastic. Now, I have been looking at bikes a lot more closely recently. I'm getting in there. There's a lot to learn, though. I'm way behind.
Isn't it fun at our age to have something to learn?
That's right. A new hobby. But every day is a school day, Henry. I mean, I'm always learning stuff.
Today's going to be no exception, but whether we come back with a classic bike, a classic gearbox or a thick ear, who knows? But already it looks promising.
Now, Rebecca, Sue, tell me now, how can we help here? Because it looks as though you might require some help.
Yes, just a bit, just a
Okay,
tad.
well, tell me the story then.
So, my dad, Mum's husband, has been an avid collector of vehicles. His idea was that he would collect things and I'll make that good. I'll buy something else to make that good as well. And I'll make that one good as well. And we always used to say to him, Dad, if you lived till you were 150, you wouldn't have enough time to do all this, to do all these cars up, all these motorbikes.
I think I've heard this before from my wife. Yeah. You know what I mean, Fuzzer?
I do.
Absolutely. He sounds an amazing engineer, was he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was, yeah. Automatic transmissions were the last thing that he did.
That's more
Okay,
that's your thing.
Yeah, that's very clever stuff to be able to work on that.
He built a special bay that was stainless steel the whole way, and it was enclosed indoors.
Right.
So that when he took his gearboxes to pieces, there was no dust or...
Yeah, total
you know,
clean.
It's got to be
clean
really
area.
clean service. So that was a special area that he kept for that.
I take it's all hidden
It's
around
all
here.
hidden around.
Hidden gems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hidden gems.
Is everything for sale though?
At the right price,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah,
Now, look, if we give you money, is it going somewhere special or what?
yeah, definitely. Obviously, Dad's sadly got dementia, so
Yeah.
probably we donate to the Alzheimer's Society, and then the Our Dementia Choir with Vicky McClure, which has been
right,
a
okay,
massive,
brilliant.
massive support
A
for
massive
us.
support to us.
Really? How
Yeah.
fantastic is that?
Yeah.
All right, I can see us paying a little bit over the odds today.
I think so.
Hey, look, girls, we'll see you in a bit. Well, I think we go in here first.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
See you in a
thank
little
you.
bit.
Right, come on, through this way. What we got under here?
Hey, look, mate, I've got to tell you, right?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Oh, I say, now then.
Now that,
That looks pretty clean.
it does, doesn't it?
So, am I right in saying that it's a maxi?
Yeah, it's a maxi, 1750.
Oh, mate, hang on, steady,
Right, yeah,
steady.
okay, gently does it.
Oh, that's
Look
quite
at that,
nice.
the interior of that is mint.
The Austin Maxi was the brainchild of Alec Izagonis, the designer of the Mini. Introduced in 1969, it was Britain's first hatchback and was the first family car with a 5-speed gearbox.
It's done 29,000 miles indicated.
That car's in great shape and rare to find one with an interior as good as this. Because you know the thing about these, Henry, put the front seats all the way forward, fold them all the way back, fold the backs all the way back, fold these down, you've got a double bed.
Possibility.
Full bikes in here. Now, this looks like a pretty rare old machine.
That, my friend, is a...
It's engineering at its best.
Now, talking about engineering sometimes at its best, but iconic, that is a Triumph there, maybe a Bonneville. It hasn't got an engine, and it hasn't got a rear wheel, and it hasn't got much else.
No, well, hold on though. What's that?
There is the engine. So that's a full-on resto project.
Yeah, that is
right?
absolutely.
But if we could get that for 2 or 3 grand,
Yeah.
then we could be looking at a nice little earner of around 5, 6.
That's right, it's not a quick job though, is
No,
it?
it isn't. That may be quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really like that. That's the
Yeah.
thing of beauty.
it is a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Come on,
Come
in.
on, this way. You can hold my hand if you like. Watch your step, look.
Look at everything here. No. Go on then. Can you get through?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
through.
hoses.
Bike frames.
Front wheels. Hang on, there's bike parts everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is something about to come rolling down through here and
Yeah,
crush
a big
us?
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a gearbox.
And talk of the devil, in the next, slightly brighter shed, we find gearbox heaven or hell, and it's so overwhelming that even Fuzz can't cope.
There are so many different ones here. It's a massive sort-out job. Can you imagine trying to sort out this little lot?
Yeah, look, I tell you what, mate, I'm not up for it. Shall I tell you why?
Why is that?
Because I'm in the wrong gear.
Thankfully, the next shed takes us back on home ground with more bikes.
We have ourselves here a VF 750F. It was kind of sort of the sports model. It was kind of a great commuter, you know, a bike that did kind of everything.
Yeah.
It looks relatively complete, but it's done 49,000
Yeah,
miles.
yeah, nearly 50.
Mate, it's worth it, you know. Running, 800 quid. Blimey. I mean, look much better after a jet wash. And that's one of my favourite occupations, as you know. Hey? Hey, look, we might go bucolic out into the countryside.
Come on, let's
Yeah.
go for a stroll.
Go and see some few vehicles that are composting.
Outside, it's more Garden of Doom than Temple, with a forest of Nuffield tractors.
I'm not really up for it.
What, you've had enough wheeled?
Yeah, with Nuffields. Look, I've lost my shirt on at least 4 Nuffields over the years, and they weren't composting in a garden. Right now, look, come on now. What are we going to bid on?
The favourite thing that I've seen today
Yeah.
was that Douglas 350.
Yeah, really difficult to get out, but where there's a will, there's a way.
750F?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoddy. Probably a couple hundred quid, really.
Okay, what about the Maxi,
Well,
the
look.
car? Bits of rust all over it, but it's got a great interior. That interior is pretty mint, and that's rare, I think, in those.
How much is that worth?
I would say £1,000.
Because it's
And-
a risk.
Yeah, it's a massive risk. You don't know what you're going to get when you pull it out. It might have completely let go in the middle.
Come on then, let's just go and see what happens.
All right.
You never know, we may come away with a trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
all right.
Could fill it with gearboxes.
So look, shall we start with that Maxi? Do you know anything about it?
Interior's quite good, but I don't know about the
underneath.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Okay.
and we don't either. And the suspension's a little bit collapsed, maybe £1,000.
All right, so moving on. There is a red Douglas.
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yep.
No idea how much I want for it. I don't know what price
I
they
can
are.
tell you that Dad bought that when he was 19. He bought it in 1961.
Wow.
No.
Yep.
All right, well, I'll come back to you on that. Moving on, the VFR 750. I couldn't give you more than 300 quid for it.
Really?
Because there's so much work to do on it. Clutch
right.
has gone, brakes have seized, got to free all that up, and there's obviously, as always, got to be stuff going on. But if that is running, it's 1,800 quid if it's mint.
Right, okay.
So there's quite a long way to go for that to be mint.
To mint.
Yeah.
The Douglas.
Dragonfly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Douglas
the Dragonfly.
2.5.
Okay. Best offer? Is that your best?
We're in Newark in Lincolnshire with Rebecca and her mum Sue bidding on a Douglas Dragonfly from 1957 bought by her husband Chris.
2.5.
That's the one he bought when he was 19.
Yeah.
Best offer? Is that your best?
Yep.
2,750.
Yeah, go on
That
then.
sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
All right, lovely stuff.
Okay.
Now, shake.
Okay.
Look. Girls, now look. I've had the best time.
Yeah, it's
Have
been
you? You've
absolutely
enjoyed it?
I've loved it, honestly.
Good, good.
Back at the shed, it's time to show Guy.
Tee up, son.
Lovely.
There you go,
Oh, I
lover.
matched the bike, look.
Well, oh yeah.
Look, initial impressions, mate. It's quite choppery looking.
It's quite cool.
Because it isn't standard. You know, we've got twin discs. Well, they look Japanese to me.
Yeah.
The handlebars, well, it's got the Americana look to it.
Yeah. So look, the more you look at it, right?
Yes.
I reckon it's quite customy, don't you?
It has that vibe to it. But also, mate, I do like these. And I think it's probably rather charming to ride. Having said that, I've never ridden one, have you?
No, neither have I.
No.
In fact, I've never actually worked on one. Do you think it's within our pay grade, or shall we? Do you think?
Can I stop you there?
What?
Because I don't trust you anymore. So what I've done is.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you always stitch me up. So I've preempted this, and I have Mr. Milliard hot-footing it over here.
Do you?
Yes, because I didn't have a clue what bike you got, but I just knew I'd probably want a hand.
Hang on, I can hear the gravel. That's got to be him. I recognise that walk.
Yes, it's our resident mechanical genius, Alan Milliard.
Look, what we've got is a Dragonfly Douglas with a little bit of customisation, I believe, with the mudguard, the seat. The seat's obviously attached.
It's got bubble wrap on the frames if the engine's been just recently put in the bike but not actually run.
Oh, don't be like that.
I thought that was for oil leaks, but you're right, Al, that's to stop it being scratched, isn't
I
it?
do like the oil filler cap.
Yes.
Well, there isn't one.
It's a piece of rag stuffed in the engine.
Have you ever worked on one before, Al?
I've once years ago on a
Have you?
Douglas, yeah.
I've never had anything to do with one. I like them. I think they look quite charming, but never touched one.
They're really, really basic. It's just piston goes up and down, the spark sets off a spark, and that's it really. It's very easy to work on.
That's the same as anything.
It's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you two quite finished? Right, let's get to work, shall we? Stop messing about.
So wit to work.
Hello?
I dig out some spare parts. And Alan gets filing. The bike needs a replacement kickstart, so he files a slot to ensure a smooth fit.
This is the acid test, isn't it?
It should kick over now.
Whether it has compression or not.
That's what we're looking for, a nice feel, dum-dum-dum.
Yeah. Go on then.
Good compression means the pistons are working properly.
That's not good.
Nada.
The kickstart mechanism itself is jamming. I think it's just stiff. The kickstart once bending out, it's hitting the silencer.
In goes some oil. On goes the plug. And then after a squirt of Easy Start combustion enhancer and some new spark plugs, Alan tries the kickstart again.
Here we go.
Ready?
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we don't go.
We're not giving up though. I rig up a roller starter and we go again. Ready?
Yeah.
The roller starter turns the rear wheel and should, in theory, get the engine running.
It's a rubber!
Not quite though, only one half of the engine is working.
On one cylinder, Henry.
Oh,
On this side only.
that sounds all right.
Just it's a one cylinder, Douglas.
Yeah, all right, well, that's fine.
Half a Dragonfly.
As far as I'm concerned.
The distributor which sends the current to the spark plugs is kaput, so Alan fits a second ignition coil for the other cylinder and we go again.
Ready?
Brace yourself.
For an extra challenge, he even tries the kickstart again. Amazingly, he succeeds.
Mate, that is unbelievable. Thank God you called him.
Next day, it's all much less stressful.
Today is the day where we go cosmetic on the Douglas.
Skid attacks the tank with good old soap and water. I take a polishing mitt to the chrome. And Alan drills some holes in the rear mudguard and fits a light. Once the rubbers are on, Skid tackles the seat.
Oh, that's coming up lovely, Skid. Look at that, eh? Little bit of furniture polish.
Yeah.
Works a treat.
Alan does a spot of fishing in the petrol tank.
Oh, here we go.
What the heck? Oh my word, no, I'm not touching it.
I think that was the tank bung and it went inside when he's painting it.
Good point,
Could be, yeah. Anyway.
And then finally, it's my favourite bit, putting on the stickers.
Go for it now. Press down hard.
All right, okay, it's lovely. Always from the centre out, right? Sticker?
Yes.
Way
Centre and work your way out.
Okay. Look at that!
I like the shadow part. It's really well done, isn't it?
Shadow of gold.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yesterday, this bike was a work in progress. Today, it's a work of automotive art. All it needs now is a road test and a very special rider to do it.
Today, obviously, is a great day, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because the man himself has a piece of paper.
There we go.
Ah, look at that! Hey? Fantastico! Fuzzer has passed his motorcycle test. Feast your eyes, mate. You remember it,
Yeah.
right? Don't you, obviously?
I do.
But I have to tell you, these two have put it together beautiful because it was a little bit ragged.
Yes, it
Just a
was.
tiny little bit in place.
Right,
Yeah.
so look, if it's all right with you lot, this is how it's going to go. So we're going to corral him, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so he can't do anything stupid. We're going to reach a maximum speed of 30.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah, in a group.
Yeah. And we're going to basically have a ride, okay, and have a cup of tea.
So here we go. The mild bunch hit the road.
Oh man, how fantastic is this? It's just great that Fuzz is in the fold now with his bike licence. He's looking good, man, he's looking good.
I did in fact give the bike a quick test of my own last night to make sure it was all kosher, and thankfully it's still running perfectly. Of the 1,500 odd Dragonflies built, only about 500 have survived, so it's great to get this one back on the road, looking like it could run forever.
There we go.
Hey, you know what I mean?
First time.
Little softy drinks on, you know what I mean? Now come on Fuzz, I want it bit by bit.
Took a little getting used to, but once I was going, I was really happy with the bike. I kind of fallen in love with it. It's tame enough for me as a first bike, I think.
Hang on.
What?
Okay.
What? Let's get to the bottom of things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we are all here to go into a shed, buy something, do it up, and flog it on to a generally unknown punter. Yeah?
Well, hitherto I've been unknown to buy motorcycles, so I'm a kind of unknown punter in that particular field.
We'll sell it to you for what we paid for it.
Cool.
2,750 if you find us British pounds.
I know, but Henry, this is my first bike. It's my birthday this month. My first bike, and what about 2,250?
I'm not going to argue.
All right.
Right, folks, you'll be pleased to know that we have actually lost now £500 on this deal. But you never know, we might make it up on the next one. And the great thing is, Fuzz, little Fuzzer here, is now a motorcyclist.
There you go.
Yeah, fantastic.
You've got the biking brother.
Come on in. I can't believe
Cheers.
I'm happy to lose a monkey. 500 quid down the pan. Ah.
Cheers.
This time on Shed and Buried, TT legend Eddie Roberts invites us into his incredible collection. The magnificent MGTF from 1954.
Oh, yeah, man.
What is that? A Greaves road bike that's rarer than hen's teeth for obvious reasons. And a vintage moped with unusual challenges.
The air filter's full of wire wool.
I'm Henry Cole, and this is my great mate Sam Lovegrove. We're on a mission to find vintage treasures in the nation's sheds.
Take a look at that little puppy.
We're going to buy them.
No.
Fix them up.
Is this a good idea?
And sell them for a tidy profit.
Oh, yes!
Welcome to Shed and Buried.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to Shed and Buried. We're on the road early, heading towards Leicestershire for a change. Have you ever been to Leicestershire?
Not for a very long time.
Neither me, mate.
I like the cheese.
What, Red Leicester?
Yeah. Some people say it's just cheddar with a little bit of colouring in it.
No, it's very different.
I think so too.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to Leicestershire to meet a geezer called Eddie.
Okay.
That geezer is no less than Eddie Roberts, the well-known bike racer and TT winner.
The key thing for us, mate, is, oh yes, he's got some sickles.
Really?
And he's also supposedly got some motors. Nice doors.
That's all right.
That must be the shed there, son. Hey, mate. Henry, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Great to see you, mate.
And
Sammy.
Hey, welcome to Dad's barn. Thank you very
Eddie,
much.
now look, right. You were a racer, weren't you?
Yeah, did a bit.
Don't be so humble. God, we've only just met. Please, show off like I would do.
Yeah.
What are you up to now?
Playing with bikes, strangely enough. It's just something
That's
I've
weird.
caught onto in the last 70 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're here to relieve you perhaps of one or two, hopefully.
And is everything for sale? More or less. There's one or two, little special, like my daughter's got one, things like that. Yeah. But generally speaking, yeah.
So, Eddie, so look, right, Sammy and I'll go in, have a little rummage about.
Okay.
And then we'll have a little cup of tea in the van, Sammy and I, work out what we might want to buy or not. Then we'll come and see you, hopefully, for a nice little earner. I mean, sorry, a deal.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, great. Okay, and it's in there, Eddie, is it?
It's all in there. It's up and down.
Shall we truck on? Eddie, fantastic, mate. Thanks for letting us have a rummage.
Thank you.
Oh my word, that's a good start, isn't it? Look at that. Now, I know this isn't your bailiwick.
Nice car.
MGTF.
Yeah.
In what looks like to be pretty nice condition.
The TF was the fifth model in the long-running series of MG sports cars made in Oxfordshire. Between 1953 and 1955, around 9,500 of them rolled off the production line.
They always astound me because it's actually built in the mid-1950s, but it's still very much a pre-war car.
Well, I've got to ask how much, if it is for sale.
Yeah, I've got no idea what kind of value these are at the moment. This is a nice one because it's not messed with.
Moving on to the race shop, in amongst all the Yamahas, there's a superb photograph of Eddie from when he rode for the Ducati team with Mike Hailwood, the iconic British racer. I think he's basically had a small incident.
Yeah, right. On a Ducati.
But if I'm right, I think that bike is the actual bike that Hailwood won the TT on.
Before this day?
Well, probably. It's such a cool shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look what's going through his turret. What have I done now?
No.
They're going to kill me.
No, he's looking at it thinking, pretty cool, I'm still standing.
Yeah. And, you know, I blame the bike. Eddie's collection is superb, from classic Japanese superbikes like this 1979 Suzuki GS Val. The problem, mate, with that is that if we bought it, I'd have to own it. To British heavyweights like this late 60s Norton Atlas.
I like this a lot. It's not messed with, it's all correct.
Which bike, though, are we going to bid on? XT500s do something for me.
They're great to ride.
They're great to ride.
Yeah.
Do you know Paris-Dakar race?
Really?
XT500 won.
You're kidding.
In, I think, 78. What a cool race to win.
Yeah.
And I think that really cemented the kind of sort of vibe of the XT500.
Yeah, right.
Now, this has, weirdly, no number plate on it.
Yeah, and a slightly wrong exhaust.
Very much a wrong exhaust. And also, can I enlighten you to the fact that it's done 73,000 miles on the...
Really?
Yeah.
That's further than Paris to Dakar.
It is, isn't it? Perhaps he came back as well.
Forgot something.
Yeah. Oh, I've won, but I better just go back. And then I spot something altogether different. What is that?
It's got a moustache.
Mate, it's the most extraordinary thing. It's a Greaves. Greaves is one of the greatest names in British motocross. Founded by Burt Greaves in 1951 to manufacture three-wheelers for disabled people. By the late 50s, they were a dominant force in international off-road riding. They also made a range of road bikes, including the Sportsman, but they were never as successful as their off-roaders.
It's got the leading link front end and the aluminium down tube, so it's like the Trials bike, only it's a sort of Trials bike come ice cream van.
I rather love it, because it is so crazy.
You're that odd, aren't you?
But don't you think that's just... I mean, have you ever seen anything like that before?
For good reason.
Do you think it's saleable or not?
We'll own it, won't we?
Sticking to the theme of British curios, there's a 1940s autocycle. That's rather sweet, isn't it? What is that? Is that a Rally or a New Hudson or something?
Or a Rudge, yeah. Could be any of those.
Could be any of those.
Shall I drag it out?
Yeah, why not? The autocycle was the forerunner of the moped, a low-cost bike with a small engine and pedals, for when the petrol ran out.
Yeah, I like that.
It looks like a New Hudson to me, but the tank isn't quite a New Hudson.
Well, there were 3 or 4 makes.
Either way, it's got a Villiers 2-stroke engine.
Yeah, and although it looks like a bicycle with an engine, it's not. It's a purpose-built thing. Yeah, I like this.
So, now, I really am gasping for a cup of Scorch, but that is a potential, isn't it?
Yep, I'll
actually,
lean that back there.
That is a potential as part of the deal if we were to go for something just slightly more expensive. Now then, the MGTF?
Bargain at 12, probably worth more.
Blimey, if it was 12, we're having it. Going into the big shed.
Yeah.
What about the XT500?
Like it.
Probably no reg docs.
Yeah, let's ask about paperwork.
With no paperwork?
What about the crazy coloured Greaves, whatever it is?
I love it.
What are we bidding on that?
It's one of those things. I mean, I think it's a slam dunk at selling it at 2 1/4.
Okay.
Cleaned up.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the New Hudson slash Rudge slash potential someone else.
It's lovely condition and all correct.
And I think it's 500 to 600 quid all day long.
Definitely fine. Take it at that kind of money.
Should we go and see Eddie then?
Yeah.
Hey, here's to it, mate. Eddie, can we get down to business?
Of course you can.
Because there's a lot to get through.
An MGTF.
Yes.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Would you sell that?
Well, I might, but I don't think my good lady would let me sell it, but it's got to be around minimum 18.
Okay. Just next to it, tucked away nicely, can I just talk to you about this XT500? How much would that be?
£2,000.
Can we go to what has to be the kind of Marmite bike in it, really, isn't it? Okay, you either love the Greaves or you think it's something from outer space. But do you have a price for it?
£3,000.
Right. Just finally, look, is that a new Hudson or what is it?
A Norman.
Oh, it's a Norman, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right, okay. Well, same principle, though. Would you like to sell it?
I would, but I think I gave £500 for it.
Would you be able to haggle at all on the Greaves, £2,000?
I paid £3 for it.
Win some, lose some. Do you know what I mean?
I know, yes, but £3 is too much.
Anything better than 3? We're up in Leicestershire with TT legend Eddie Roberts, the champion racer. We've settled on 2 bits of British eccentricity, a rare 1962 Greaves Sportsman in tutti frutti colours, and a Norman Autocycle from the 1920s. But we've got to get them for a good price if we're going to turn a profit. What about 2750 and the Norman with it?
No.
£3,000 and the Norman with it. Yeah? We're done.
Great.
Aren't we?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How fantastic.
Yeah,
what
nice.
a lovely day we've had. Next day, we review the spoils. Is this original colours, or has someone just had a joke?
I believe it could be correct. I don't want to commit to that. I still personally think the blue and red's fine, but the yellow as well.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah. And shall I tell you what's amazing? Hold there for a sec.
You're so wrong.
Look. Look what we got. Some extra yellow.
So you can do yourself a matching pair of boots or
I
something.
thought, well, look, here is an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't been brush painted properly.
I thought that was an excuse to paint it a nicer colour myself.
Like the Greaves, Norman Autocycles are an acquired taste, but both brands have a small but dedicated fan base who might just buy them if we can get them up and running.
I actually find that way more attractive. Instantly, that is something I'd own and enjoy. And
No, I'm with you, mate. I mean, I can see both, I'm sorry to say.
It's because you're weird.
Shall we start with the Greaves?
Yeah, all right.
In the sort of like, you know, hazy fantasy, like, you know, trippy kind of colour.
Come on.
The Greaves might be an ugly duckling, but it's well built and in good nick. Sam detaches the spark plug and checks it's still working.
Nothing.
Hang on.
Yes.
Yeah.
How fantastic.
That is a right result.
And then we check the kickstart.
Keep going. Lots of times.
My foot keeps slipping off it. Oh my God, it's there! It's ticking over. That's unbelievable. Right, we'll clean it, ready for sale.
The Norman's restoration also starts promisingly.
That's brilliant.
What? Is it mega?
Huge spark. Hey, look at that. That's
Is
great.
it good?
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh man, we've had a double result today.
But after lunch and a brief nap, the problems start.
On there.
We're out the dark, we've got a spark.
Oh, that's you're a poet and I didn't know it.
Yeah, that's what food does for me. Brings my sense of humour. Ah.
We're not the first people to try to restore this bike, as the state of the carburettor reveals.
Somebody's been here before us and bodged it somewhat. Look, the air filter's full of wire wool. We've got some horrible play in the front wheel.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to adjust the bearing cones.
Sam sorts out the problems created by the previous restoration. But though he does a thorough job, we're not exactly confident that it'll run. There's no kickstart, you just have to pedal like crazy. In theory.
I can't get it round.
I'll hold the front wheel down.
Oh my God, something really bad's happened, Sammy. Look, the two pedals are the same.
Can you operate it like that? Hang on, no. I think back on the bench.
I think that's gone wrong.
That's it.
Before he mends the pedals, Sam decides to test the Norman on the roller starter.
Ready?
The roller starter should be able to get the engine going without the pedals.
Come on, baby!
In practice.
Wow. Well, that's good. It was a runner. Well, under power. Oh, right, that didn't work then, did it? Should we try one more?
Second time.
Nearly.
That was so close, man, but still a little bit too far.
Third time, I open the throttle to full.
It's going, it's going! It's going, but for how long? It's on full bore.
So every time I tickle it, it runs. So the carb is blocked again.
Right.
It needs another clean.
Okay.
But we have a runner.
We do have a runner, and hopefully in a minute we'll have a rider.
After Sam has re-cleaned and unblocked the carb, there's the small matter of the Greaves paint job and that rough patch on the petrol tank.
I don't think we'll get away with just spraying a little bit on. I think we need to mask it up and flat it back and just give it one coat.
So you're actually thinking of spraying the whole yellow?
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise you get a dry edge, a sort of feathered edge of overspray. We'll need to start with some fine wet and dry sandpaper.
For the next hour, I play Picasso's assistant while Sam preps for his masterclass in tank painting.
Don't use that on a curved item. Nice. Nice. More than enough of that, isn't it? Nice.
Right.
Have you got a craft knife?
The trick is to mask the bits you don't want painted and sand lightly the bits you do to get a grippy surface for the new paint.
So what are you doing? You're flattening the whole thing off?
Yeah, just partly to key it up so the paint will stick to it.
Yeah.
But also just to take out the roughness.
Then Sam masks everything up with newspaper before he sprays on a white primer.
It's all in the prep, folks. That's what it is, man. The spraying on ain't really the difficult part. It's just being patient. That's the problem I have. Let's get on with it. How long is it going to take to dry?
About lunch.
An hour later, the primer is dry, allowing Sam to spray on a light coat of canary yellow.
So the whole trick is don't go crazy, right?
Absolutely, it'll run really easily.
Yeah, so just literally just puff on.
Yeah, and also, you know, do all the not so visible edge pieces first.
Oh, right.
Otherwise, if you put the right amount of paint in the middle of it, and then realise you haven't done the edges, by the time you've covered it all, the paint will be running off the middle. Also, you try and get an eye line with a reflection of the lights in here.
Right.
So you can see when the paint is actually just wet enough to have shine. And you want to put the minimal amount of paint, but achieving a bit of shine.
And then once the yellow coat has dried...
It is like unwrapping a present, isn't it?
It's Christmas, mate.
It's time to enjoy the view.
Good grief.
Oh, mate. That is a fantastic job.
That's all right, isn't it?
You are very talented.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You're annoying, but you're very talented.
Next day, paint dry, we take the bikes out for a ride. Flat out, the 50cc Norman has a top speed of 18 miles an hour. The 250 Greaves, however, can get up to 90.
Well, I've got to tell you, these two motorcycles may be chalk and cheese, and I'm only in second gear, but they're both up and running, and I feel as though I'm actually riding a wasp.
The Sportsman was a road-legal version of the race-winning Greaves bikes of the early 60s, so it's got plenty of oomph.
Oh, I love it. I might have to give it some beans in a minute.
As for the paint job, this bike was Greaves' attempt to break into the youth market. only 113 were made. Enough said. Back in the workshop, we're getting ready for the final bit of restoration, putting stickers on the Norman.
Shall we? Yeah, come on, let's get on with it. All right, so look, I ordered 2 obviously, but then another 2 in case you messed up.
We're going to use traditional water slide transfers rather than self-adhesive vinyl.
So as soon as you put it in the water, it curls up, and then technically you wait till it uncurls,
and then it should be ready.
So basically get the sticker in position, get the transfer in position, hold the transfer still, and take the backing out.
These are much more delicate than modern day stickers, so they need careful handling.
No, do go the other way. So, that's it.
Beauty. Committed?
I guess we'll have to be.
And then just lightly drive the excess water out with the cloth here.
Always from the middle out?
From the middle out, yeah.
Wow, what a lovely thing. OK, so look, we've had a great, hugely successful test ride, and we've been hugely successful putting on the stickers. Now it's time to flog them.
Next day, vintage bike dealer Anthony Godin comes to view the goods. And
hey,
hey, look, I've even got your tea.
Look at that, fantastic.
There you go,
Thank
mate.
you very
Happy
much.
days. Thank you very much.
Sammy,
Well then.
nice to see you.
Feast your eyes to it, boy.
Well, what a thing that is.
We paid Eddie $3,000 for the 2 bikes and have spent hardly anything on the resto.
Runs and rides nicely.
And what's the capacity?
250.
250. Villiers 250 lump in it, mate. Go on then, twist my rubber arm.
$4,000.
Yeah.
We think it's kind of nearly a one-off.
4 is a bit painful. How about 3.5? Now he's got the rubber arm.
Oh, all right.
1 down, 1 more to sell.
Do you like patina? Do you like really genuine, original, unrestored motorcycles? See?
Oh, I love it.
It's the
What,
norm.
do you?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Look at it.
So
Do you?
when I said, do you like patina, it doesn't get better than that, does it?
No, I do like it. I do like it. Okay.
Do you?
What's the damage?
Well, I'd be well happy with $1,000 for it.
Do you know what?
Really?
Fair enough.
Rubber hand?
Yep.
Oh, mate,
Yep.
and rubber arm.
Yeah.
OK. All
I
right,
like
mate.
it.
Well, happy days. Hey, lovely deal, Anne. I tell you what, mate, it's always a pleasure doing business with you, son.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
So we bought both the bikes for $3,000.
Yep. Were they that cheap?
Yeah. Plus we've spent 50 quid on stickers.
Yep. Painted the side of the tank, a little bit of elbow grease.
Yeah.
Yep.
OK, so with 3,050 in, Ant's just bought it, what? Both of them for 4.5.
That's pretty good going.
Hang on a second, mate. That's a profit of 1,450 quid. That is what you call rude.
Sometimes the best collections are already in place. Stream all episodes from the new series of Shed and Buried on Discovery Plus. Next on Quest tonight, Bruce trains his sights on a big money trade in Combat Dealers. New 3rd season of Shed and Buried.
This time on Shed and Buried, we visit Frank and Dick's Garage Stroke Social Club.
There are very few places where you come and there is such a crazy mix of stuff, man.
Ride out on a 1970s Fantic chopper.
This thing's hilarious. I feel like Easy Rider.
And try to get a Hawker Hurricane off the ground.
My heart is pounding like crazy.
I'm Henry Cole and this is my great mate Sam Lovegrove. We're passionate about classic vehicles, so we're on a mission to find vintage treasures in the nation's sheds. We're going to buy them, fix them up and sell them for a tidy profit.
Oh, yes!
Welcome to Shed and Buried.
Hey, I know it's early. Mate, that is my favourite thing, a tea cake. What more do you want?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, welcome to Shed and Buried. Now, today, Sammy and I are off to Hertfordshire, or to be more precise, Berkhamsted.
Do you remember we took our choppers out, right? Little soiree meeting over in Bybury, and we met a geezer with long grey hair and a Hawaiian-y type shirt.
Dick Sizer.
He's called Frank Sizer, not Dick Sizer. His mate is Dick. So it's Dick and Frank today, right?
Yeah.
They've invited us to their shed, their emporium. He's into choppers, but not only that, son, he's into hot rods.
What, of the four-wheeled variety?
Yeah.
You know, I quite fancy a bit of 8-cylinder, big literage, bit of horsepower for a change.
Yeah, so we want big engines and we want profit, mate.
Knowing our luck, we'll come back with a gold-plated Nissan Micra for 20 grand. But whatever, Frank and Dick's garage. Here we come.
Frank, Dick, now look, I think I've died and gone to heaven. What is this place? I mean, is it your hobby or is it your work?
It's work and hobby, really, isn't it? I do normal servicing, MOTs,
It's a
repairs.
social club, to be
It's
honest.
a social club, that's all it is. You're dead right. The cars are just a catalyst to get everyone together.
But
That's
that's
great.
about the passion that we all have, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, every good shed should be a social club.
Absolutely, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
you've just taken it to another level, lads.
Do you ever sell anything?
No, very rarely.
Could be a tough call today, though,
Yeah,
eh?
it could. But I mean, look, you will, you know, accept folding.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, so we're in the business of actually being able to buy something.
Yeah, our pocket's empty at the moment. We could do a bit of coffee's
okay,
getting
Frank.
topped up.
All right. We're going to have a little rummage around, right, Sammy and I, a very good rummage, I can feel it, and hopefully we might be able to have something to haggle on.
Hey, maybe they might sling those little deep pockets you got there, you know.
yeah,
Could dig deep, you know.
Well, we're always holding folding, mate. Eh?
Good lad.
Come on then, Sammy, let's rummage.
Frank's man cave has got more muscle than Venice Beach and more things that I covered than Santa's grotto.
There are very few places, aren't there, where you come and there is such a crazy mix of stuff, man.
Think of it as an 8x10 shed in every square you stand in.
Okay, all right,
Look
so
at
we're just
this
going to
bit.
go into the bike shop.
Row number 1 has got a rare Norton Calf Racer, a souped-up Harley Sportster, and right on the end, a Triumph Chopper.
What do you think?
750.
Is it a T140 lump?
It looks like it, yeah, with display on the outlets.
But we could do something quite funky with that, Sammy.
Yeah, it's all right. It's tidy.
Just a question of what the heck we can make a little turn on.
There are, as Frank mentioned, several chunks of American iron, but Sam is magnetically attracted to something rather different.
What's that?
Humber Scepter.
The Humber Scepter was more of a bank manager's car than a bank robber's. Introduced in 1963, it was fast, luxurious, and came in a range of metallic colours.
Lovely overhang on the roof, you know, gives such a nice line, wrap round rear screen, a little bit of fin, look.
I know, but that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, for a British car to have fins like that, they must have gone on holiday to America.
Nice quality car. I like it. I'd like to take this home, can we?
Seriously, is that possible for you?
It is for me, yeah. You're probably not into it.
I mean, the thing is you know I have a bit of a hatred for British cars of that era, but this has got a little bit of an American nuance to it.
For something completely different, a rip-roaring chunk of Scandinavian metal. Just take a look at this.
Mate, that's proper hardcore, isn't it?
Isn't it fantastic?
What is it?
You know, it's a Volvo Amazon. Well, should we say it was a Volvo Amazon. I mean, look at that engine. That is so modified. That is astounding. It's big block Ford, but it's not. You know, it's serious heads.
Proper mod.
Size, as they say, isn't everything. Frank's got a Honda step-through, a BSA D1, and best of all...
Mate, I haven't seen a Fantic.
No, not in a long time.
The Italian company Fantic originally made go-karts and scrambles bikes before branching out into 50cc chopper mopeds in the mid-70s, aimed at the teenage market.
That is a piece of chopper history.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
And there is a real following for them.
And still learn illegal. How weird's that?
Oh yeah, I suppose they are.
Yeah,
It's been so long.
50cc.
It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah,
what
great.
an amazing piece of motorcycle architecture.
And thinking of historic items,
So what is it? It's a Hurricane, not a Spitfire,
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
so.
Mate, it's rather cool, isn't it?
I quite like that.
Sammy.
That could be a bit of fun.
Introduced in 1935, the Hawker Hurricane had a top speed of 340 miles an hour and a maximum range of 468 miles. This is a 1 in 6 scale replica, hand-built by an expert modeller. Mate, that is stunning, isn't it? I mean, I know we're reverting back to childhood, but that's what this whole place is all about, isn't it? Hey, do you fancy getting involved with a higher power?
Yeah.
We'll go up in the loft, eh?
Yeah, go on then.
Frank's attic isn't quite the icing on the cake. Hey,
I found something. A Bang & Olufsen BO Centre 2000. This doesn't get softer than that.
Yeah. Apart from an air filter,
what do you reckon?
I need a large intake of breath. Upstairs ain't quite downstairs. Hey, look, we've got so much to talk about. Let's get to the van and have a cup of scorch. While Polly puts the kettle on, I drag the goods out into the light of day. And then we have a high-level conference. Right, OK, now just moving round, we came across the Triumph chopper. If it's cheap, then perhaps we should just think on our feet and wing it, eh? What do you reckon?
Although it's in good nick now, so it's unlikely to be cheap.
Now, can we just move on to something that I rather like, and that is the little Fantic moped.
I do know enough about them, and I've had enough exposure to them to know they're valuable.
If we could get it for under 4, I do think they're between 4.5 and 6, dependent on condition.
Okay.
You know? Now then. Shall we talk about a remote control aircraft?
Well, it's great, it's a mad thing. It's big, hey? How much do you think it's worth?
Well, it's got to be north of 500 quid.
Yeah, funny enough, I had in my mind, if it was 500 quid, it should be bought.
Hey, should we do our worst and go and see them?
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
Come on then. Let's go. Come on. We've seen a few things, all right? Now, first up, there's that Humber car over there.
My son's.
OK, that doesn't sound very good as regards relieving you of it.
Nah.
A blow to Sam, maybe, but an opportunity for me. Chopper. Just over there. Would you be interested in perhaps giving us a price on that?
4 3/4. We can go at that.
That's no bargain. So what about the fun stuff? There is a remote control Hurricane. Would you sell that to us?
Difficult, but yeah, I would think we could do something.
And the Fantic? Is it an early one?
73, very early.
What would you think about that then, if you were to sell it?
What are you thinking about offering?
3.5 for the Fantic.
No, it grinds my gears to go down that low, to be fair. I think 42.
What about 42 with the Hurricane?
You can put 5 in the pocket and then we can do something with the pair.
No. It's not going particularly well, isn't it? We're down in Hertfordshire with Frank and Dick at their garage-cum-social club, haggling over a 1970s chopper moped and a remote control Hurricane plane.
4,350 for the pair? Nah, it's a pension fund. I've got to live later on. Who's taking the tea out of my pocket? I can't.
Hang on, wait a sec.
I've heard all the stories.
It's 5, isn't it? It's got to be 5, isn't it?
There's a bonus buy. 4,800 quid.
Oh, come on, call it quits. We'll have a cup of tea. All right, just excuse me. That is a deal. I'm just going to jump around.
Hey, easy.
That is a deal, lads. I feel a bit Fantic. Next morning, reality bites. We've just spent 4,800 quid on a moped with a dent in it and a toy plane. We've paid well over the odds, so we've got to dig deep to try and get some money back. Firstly, we've got to get it going.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it looks mechanically incredibly simple.
It is. I've tried to find a battery, there isn't one.
That's a good start.
I've tried to find some ignition keys, but there aren't any.
Wow, so we're all reliant on a hub magneto, unfortunately.
Absolutely, and a big kick.
So if that's duff, we're doomed.
It's good afternoon, isn't it, really? Why don't we go and have some more tea? Now then, shall we move on to something completely different? Yes, let's. This is a 1 in 6 scale, hand-built, remote control Hawker Hurricane. I didn't buy this to get me money back. Most especially because if we actually do get it in the air, the chances of it landing in one piece are relatively remote, even though we're both quite good at it.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, I've never flown anything like this.
Neither have I. But I have to tell you, do you remember Paul? Yonks ago, he got that biplane going for us.
Yeah.
He's got his own remote control airfield, and it's got taxiways, takeoffs, everything. He's even got a windsock, mate.
What could possibly go wrong?
But let's get involved with the Fantic, hey, and see if that little fella starts. Okay, what's the first thing? Should we drain the rubbish fuel?
Yeah, also the tap doesn't seem to be allowing any fuel through.
Okay,
so
mate, all right, we'll see if we can get that sorted. Sam removes the tap, and we have liftoff. Well, I don't seem to be coming out at all, Sammy.
Hang on. Patience.
Oh, here we go. That doesn't really look like a two-stroke mix, does it? It's not oily at all.
Yeah, you're going to need a bigger pot, aren't you?
Traditionally, this type of bike ran on a blend of petrol and oil to keep the engine lubricated, but this looks like pure petrol.
Oh my lord! Okay, so what we've got, obviously, is a situation where the fuel in the petrol tank was just fuel rather than looking like this, which is a mixture of two-stroke oil and petroleum. If someone has run it purely on fuel, we are totally and utterly
filibustered, as they say in the mother of all parliaments. Sam pours in the correct mixture and I get ready to kick, though I don't hold out much hope.
That's amazing! Look at that! Oh yeah!
A genuine first kick.
That is, man. Isn't that incredible? You see, we've talked utter drivel for 3 hours, right? But actually, one kick, bingo, and you were right to fill the tank up, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so wonderful. The bike actually runs. So now we've got to do 2 things. One, we've got to sort the tank out, and what we're going to do with that, Sammy's going to try it and get the dent out. Meantime, I'm going to clean her.
My bit requires elbow grease and a damp chamois. Sam's repair is a little more complicated. First he takes the tank off, then he turns a steel rod into a dolly, a kind of mould to go inside the damaged tank. Then he mounts it on a vise and gets to work.
Hopefully I can put this over there. I'm using the hammer around the work, bring the middle of the dent out. But it's a very tight crease, so I'm not holding out that much hope of getting it out cleanly. But we'll do our best.
Fortunately, Sam's best is pretty good. First he presses the tank not so gently against the dolly. Then out comes the hammer. He's covered the head in cloth to protect the paint, but it's hard to avoid any damage.
It's quite thick steel, so it's quite tight, but we're getting there. So what I'm doing now is just gradually, a little bit at a time, bringing the dent up to surface and then concentrating on the smaller ripples.
After more banging than a New Orleans carnival, Sam is finally ready to show off his handiwork.
I hope this is good, because I tell you what, man.
I might have mucked it up.
Oh my God, man.
It's all right, isn't it?
Sammy, what are you... Mate, when I saw that dent, I thought there's no way where it is and the crease that was in it.
Yeah.
I thought even you wouldn't get that out, but you have.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? I'm very happy with that.
Oh, Sam Lovegrove, you're a blooming genius, man. Okay, so he begs the question now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do we?
I think just a whisper of aerosol over it, softly masked on the edge.
Firstly, Sam flattens off the paint with some fine sandpaper. He masks the petrol cap conventionally, but then comes the clever bit, the soft mask.
So you put it on backwards like that, and then sort of turn it like this, and pull it back like that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So that it's not a sort of hard line of tape.
Then he lays down a light tack coat.
Lie down. Oh, yeah. Here's a good one.
And a second light coat 10 minutes later.
Great, okay, well, we'll let that dry off. We'll stick it on the Fantic that is Fill Your Boots, clean and beautifully lovely. And then tomorrow, we will go out for a little test ride with Daddy Chopper.
This time, Sam has drawn the short straw and is wrestling our Uncle Bunt Chopper, while I'm enjoying the more refined pleasure of our refurbished Fantic.
This thing's hilarious. I feel like Easy Rider. I've got Dennis Hopper on my left. All right, mate.
Maximum speed is a cool 70 miles an hour, though if you believe that, you probably think the moon is made of cheese, not chocolate.
I'll tell you what's quite incredible about that. Firstly is how comfortable it is.
Yeah.
Secondly, I mean, it goes quite quick.
Oh, really?
And thirdly, mate, I felt briefly I was riding the American dream. You know, I felt as though I was kind of on a par, just briefly in my head, with a 750cc quintessential British chopper.
That's because I didn't get out of second gear.
Oh, don't tell me that.
No, I didn't. Not at all. I mean, to be honest, I was pushing it in second, and where the revs were a bit low, I kept popping it back into first.
Well, all I can say, mate, is the sun was shining, and I personally have had a fantastic day. And even more fantastic is I might just have a little tickle with someone on this. Oh. Know what I mean, son?
So we're back on the road, this time with a bike to sell.
Oh, it's horrible. Are you all right there, mate?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hey, look, we made it to Glastonbury and to a geezer called Jeff's place. Now, he supposedly is a Fantic fanatic, and you never know, we might get a result.
Jeff's a man of considerable taste and wealth by the look of it, so he's bound to want to add this to his collection.
I am very interested, yes.
Are you good lad? Now, look, I really, really want 5.5 for it. You see, I love that. That gets them going.
I'd love it. I really do love it, but I wouldn't pay 5.5 for it. 3?
We're in trouble, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're in deep trouble, mate.
It is nice, but, you know, I can only spend so much on these things.
I couldn't push you to something beginning with a 4?
No.
Do you know what? I think we might have to bail out. So I think we're just going to have to fight another day with it, aren't we?
Yeah, take it with us.
So the moral of the story is, obviously, you win some and you lose some. Do you know what? I was in one of those moods, I don't know about you, where I was kind of thought, oh, £3 take it. I've come all this way. Do you know what I mean? But I feel good that I didn't, thanks to you and your looks at me.
Yeah, you can't always do that. You can't just, you know, fall over every time, trip over your own wallet.
But that's life, man. You know, we tell it how it is. We're just going to have to wait just a little bit longer for that nice little earner.
There is one consolation, though. We might be lumbered with over £4 worth of Fantic, but to cheer ourselves up, we've gone down to Paul Eccles' place near Swindon with our other miniature marvel. He's got his own airfield, complete with a windsock and a nearby RAF base. After he's given the internals of our Hurricane a once-over, he gets ready for takeoff.
That looks good, on the centre line.
Are you happy?
And we check the airspace is clear. Are we all happy to fly?
I'm happy?
Set your prayers.
I'm just bricking myself.
Here we go then, good luck.
700 quid, please.
Take it off.
This is genuinely the first time it's ever flown. Here it goes. Paul, it's away!
Wow. All right.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
That is fantastic. Just get a few trims in.
Man.
Plane. But as Biggles might have said, mind the Fockers, and the bank manager can mind himself.